After 3 days of fierce fighting, government forces say they captured the rebel stronghold of Rutshuru on Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. The troops also captured the rebel-held town of Kiwanja, home to a base used by the UN mission MONUSCO, which has been repeatedly looted by rebels. A UN peacekeeper was killed in the fighting. UN forces say the soldier was the third Tanzanian with the UN brigade to have been killed in recent months. The UN Secretary General has condemned the incident. In a statement, the UN chief said the UN remained committed to protecting civilians in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. France has called for an emergency meeting of the 15-member Security Council to discuss the latest crisis. M23 and the DRC government had for 3 months been in peace talks under the mediation of Uganda. The talks collapsed over disagreement on amnesty for the rebels and their integration into the Congolese army. The Congolese army accused the rebels of attacking their positions in the Friday fighting. But on Saturday, M23 said their positions were attacked by the Congolese army. By Sunday evening, a high-ranking army official said troops had also taken the strategic town of Kibumba, which has seen heavy fighting since clashes first broke out. This latest bout of fighting comes less than a week after the breakdown of peace talks in Uganda, which both sides agreed to in 2012. This was after a rebel offensive saw the M23 briefly take control of Goma. The UN has since deployed a special brigade of 3,000 African troops with an unprecedented offensive mandate. But observers remain wary of an escalation that could draw in the entire region. Susan Mongeli, CCTV.
Gulengo camp in eastern DRC is one of the IDP camps spread out across the region. Those displaced by recent rounds of fighting are still trickling in. With the resurgence in fighting, the numbers have shot up. Refugee agencies are already battling to provide rations for those who have arrived. Amina Zambedu is among thousands of internally displaced persons at the camp. She has hopes of returning home as soon as possible.
We just want to return home because we are suffering here. We have no basic shelter. The rain's falling on us and we don't know what to do. The food rations brought are not enough. The flour they distribute has to be shared amongst 3 or 4 families, and this will not even last until the end of the month. We pray that we will be able to return home.
With reports of resumption of fighting, that for now seems impossible. Gulengo hosts close to 58,000 people and has been a safe haven for communities affected by the fighting, many of whom are women and children. Office for the Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs Representative John Ging, on a recent visit to the IDP camp, called for those in the camps to be able to return to their homes and rebuild their lives.
I agree with them that humanitarian assistance, no matter how much we try, no matter how much we give, is not a substitute or a solution. It's not a substitute for what people are entitled to, and it's not a solution to the problem. The solution is people being able to return home, rebuild their lives, and have a better future.
Since May 2012, some 2.5 million Congolese have been displaced, 65 of whom live in eastern DR Congo's Kivu region. Wazir Khamsin, CCTV.